Madam Chair, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for giving I the opportunity to be here. So, slightly different from speakers who spoke before me, I will be talking not so much about the science which is behind of the new dose limits to the length of the eyes, but I will be speaking more about the practice and mechanism, how to bring this new science, this new knowledge into the practice worldwide. So, according to IAEA statute, IAEA has an obligation to draft standards, to prepare standards in radiation protection. Along with this, its obligation, in 2006, IAEA was launching the revision of basic safety standards in radiation safety and radiation protection. And this was done together with 9 co-sponsoring or cooperating agencies, international agencies working in the field. And ICRP was actively participating on this effort. Since ICRP was part of this group preparing the revision of basic safety standards, we were actually very much informed and aware of the situation on discussion within the committees and the preparation of the new dose limits for the length of the eyes. But while there was a really publication adopted and approved by the ICRP, there was no intention to bring any new numbers, any new information into the revised BSS until it's really approved at the ICRP stage, because it would be not appropriate to go ahead of any this kind of formal processes. So in April 2011, there was a ICRP statement on the tissue reactions, which actually brought new information about the dose limit to the length of the eyes. You are all aware of that. These were like, you can see on the screen. So the threshold for this was considered 0.5 grade. And based on this, the equivalent dose limit for the occupational exposure was lowered from 150 to 20 millisieverts in a year, which was the average number over 5 years, and no single year exceeding 50 millisievert. You can see these numbers, these are very similar, these are exactly the same for the numbers which are for the occupationally exposed workers. There was no change for the public dose, which was at the level of 15 millisievert in a year. So based on this, the ICRP statement issued in April 2011, IAEA took all the effort to bring this information into the revised basic safety standards. Those who were around know there was, at the time that BSS, revision of the BSS was nearly to be completed. The ICRP statement was out in April 2011. There was in May 2011, it means 1 month later, there was a Committee of Safety Standards, which was actually to be approved, the revised basic standards to be sent to the Board of Governors and to the General Conference. But since this new ICRP statement was already officially out, the IAEA and all co-sponsors agreed to go ahead and try to do every effort to bring this into this new information into the basic safety standards, because we all really felt it would be inappropriate if around the same time there are 2 new publications, one from ICRP, one from IAEA, would be published, but bringing 2 different numbers for the protection of the lens of the eyes. So you can see on the screen there was an enormous effort. There were brought several committees and the chairs of the committees into the picture. There was a short time consultation through the member states, and finally this new ICRP statement was brought without any change, without any modifications into the revised basic safety standards, and they were finally out as an interim version in November 2011. So this is the table which you are very familiar with. So this is the new situation as it is worded out in basic safety standards. So you have a exposure or the dose limit for the lens of the eyes at the limit of 20 millisieverts average over 5 years. For the young people, apprentices, students, this is no averaging available, so that is not allowed, and there is no change for the dose limit to the public, because there was no justification to discuss this issue, because public has not coming across any practices which could lead to this kind of to this need to strengthen any protection of the lens of the eyes. So based on the new basic safety standards, IAEA has undertaken effort to bring this theoretical knowledge down to practices, down to member states, and trying to help them to adopt or to try to implement, to the extent possible, this new information into national legislations. So currently there are several safety guides in preparations which will also bring this information about strengthening the situation with the limits to the length of the eyes, and they will be addressed even marginally in the Occupational Radiation Protection Guide, which will be comprising of currently existing 5 guides, and there will be also the specifically medical-oriented safety guides, which will also address this issue, because the medicine is one of the areas when this must be considered very, very carefully. And since this is, we recognize the IAEA, but not only the IAEA, also in discussion with all co-sponsors, because we are actually currently still continuing this joint activity within the so-called BSS implementation group by involving all those who were involved in the revision of basic safety standards. So those limits to the length of the eyes is not only theoretical and scientific issue, but also it's issue related to technicalities, how to measure, how actually to ensure that those limits are or doses to the length of the eyes are correctly measured or calculated. So, and there was a much request from our member state to try to help them to recognize the issue and to bring it into the practice in some practical way. So not only impose some theoretical duty, but also tell them how to do it. And along with this, there was a discussion within our standard committees, and there was a launching effort to prepare the technical document, TechDoc. Along with this, we involved as many as was possible experts from member states. What are the real situation, what are the practices, how to bring this into the measurable level, how to actually control these doses, particularly in the medical field, in the interventional radiology, and in the industry field, so in the radiography. So how actually protect these people and enforce these new limits to be actually observable in the practices. So, and within a relatively short time, less than 1 year, we are now preparing the technical document TechDoc, which will be out either by the end of this year or early next year, which will really provide some technical guidance to those countries and regulatory bodies who are going to actually bring this new information coming from ICRP through IAEA recommendations, IAEA standards into the practice in order to strengthen the protection of the lens of the eye to the maximum possible stage. So this is what is currently being in this TechDoc. So there will be safety assessment, there will be categories of workers, there will be information how to optimize. It's not the general theoretical information optimization, but actually what to do, how to actually optimize the doses for those people, for those professionals who are doing these practices. There will be information about health surveillance, as was already done in UK. You had a chance to hear the presentation before me, exposure to emergency workers in certain situation, and so on. And there will be several annexes going into very technical details, addressing, for example, typical values of the equivalent dose, guides for medical practices on the international radiology, because this is one of the group of people where there's a limited expertise. We don't have an unlimited pool of experts able to do it, or medical doctors able to do it, so we have to ensure, or the regulatory authorities must ensure the adequate protection to be in place for this specific and very highly qualified group of people able to do specific practices. And in this, we are also launching the activities bringing to this new information along with technical information worldwide to our member states and all other countries which are interested in having this information, how to adopt this new recommendation into the practices. So this will be along with the second line of the statute of the agency to provide for application. So we do our best to bring this information to practice, and I do believe the science as it is evolving in the academic institution, research institution worldwide, which is being processed by UNSCARE, then recommended by you, by ICRP, and then drafted as standards and provide for application, will establish a strong link to bring the reasonable and very good radiation protection policies and principles into the practices worldwide. Thank you very much for attention.